what the hell is this new Thread thing, and how do you even use it? It's actually a really great question, so I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know about Thread. Buckle up, because you're going to learn a lot about smart home in a really short amount of time here. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see a lot of new smart home products coming on the market with this symbol saying it's compatible with Thread. Here it is on this smart lock I just checked out, as well as on this humidifier, Thread compatible. So what does this mean and how do we use it? So Thread is a new communication protocol built exclusively for smart home. This communication protocol is how your smart devices talk to each other. So you'll have your smart hub or your smart speaker, maybe that's an Amazon Alexa or Google Home. Whenever you send a command to your smart home to maybe turn on the light switch or turn on the humidifier, it's the actual language that the HomePod or Home Hub speaks to the devices and how they communicate back and forth. That communication protocol is like the #1 most important thing for smart home reliability. Now, what almost all smart home devices use right now is either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. You know when you go to set up a smart home device and you have to log it into your Wi-Fi? That's because it's using the Wi-Fi protocol to send data between the devices and send commands to the devices. Or the Bluetooth protocol. It's using one of those two. Now, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth work okay, but the only reason we use them is just because they're accessible. Everybody has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth accessibility, so they kind of build the smart home ecosystem over top of those communication protocols. But Bluetooth and Wi-Fi just weren't built for smart home devices, and there's a whole bunch of things that I won't get into that just make them not very good for it. The range isn't good, their reliability isn't good, and they're really prone to interference. Now, Thread solves all of these problems, at least in theory. The Thread protocol was specifically designed for smart home devices. It's meant to carry really small amounts of data, like turn things on, turn things off, over a very long range, so you're going to get a lot longer range with Thread devices, and it's going to be so much more reliable and responsive. Part of this is how they designed the protocol itself, but also it's just going to be so much less prone to interference. When you're using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, two types of networks that are already being utilized in like troves across your whole home, those are going to be interference galore all over the place. With Thread, it has its own dedicated lane exclusively set for your smart home devices. So why aren't we just ditching everything else and using Thread? That sounds great. Now, one day we might, but it's unfortunately not that simple. So because Thread is a whole new protocol, you can't just connect to it with any device. You need a specific antenna inside your device that speaks the Thread language. Your phone doesn't have that, so my phone couldn't directly connect to this device via Thread. Fortunately though, a lot of the newest smart home hubs do. So all of the newest Apple HomePods do, as well as most of the new Amazon Alexa devices. These are all the very recent ones. This only happened in like the last 6 months. But if you get a smart home hub that's Thread compatible, you're going to be able to seamlessly connect to all these Thread devices. You don't need a special app or anything like that. You just do it through your native smart home device, so either Apple HomeKit or Amazon Alexa. If you connect to a Thread compatible device with a Thread compatible hub, it's going to communicate over Thread and give you a much better experience. Another important thing to mention, it's not like you have to choose one or the other and ditch all of your other devices. This does have a Thread antenna in it, but that doesn't mean you could still be connected to your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth devices. Apple HomeKit and Amazon Alexa will mingle those all seamlessly. It's just going to allow you to slowly add Thread devices to your network. The inverse of that is also why you'll see a lot of Thread devices still shipping with other forms of connection. You'll see that this Thread humidifier also has Bluetooth compatibility. That's because if somebody buys this with an older generation smart home hub and can't connect to it via Thread, they still want to be able to use it, and you could use it through Bluetooth or Thread in this case. Now, the last thing about Thread and why a lot of people are really excited about it is because it uses its own communication network and doesn't bypass through Wi-Fi or anything online at all. If you connect a device through Thread, you're not actually connecting it to the manufacturer. So they can't steal your data, they can't have access to whatever you're doing in your smart home. It is 100% a closed loop between your device and the smart home hub you have it connected to. One of the reasons I love Apple Home so much is because they don't do anything with that data. They don't have access to it. It's all encrypted. Alexa and Google Home, I don't know. But if you're using Thread devices on Apple HomeKit, you're dealing with a 100% closed loop ecosystem, and I think that's pretty cool. That was a lot of information. I hope that makes sense. The short of it is, Thread is a new form of wireless connection that's going to allow you to connect to smart devices with your existing smart home setups, as long as you have the right hardware. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.